So, good afternoon everyone, my name is Clayton Coonrod, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make homemade carrot cake cupcakes from scratch. And as you can see, I already have everything pretty much done over here. It's going to save me time as we move along. So, the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees, and that gives the time for the oven to really heat up, so that way when you go to put in your cupcakes, everything's all ready to go. So, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to take all your dry ingredients and you're going to mix them in a bowl. So this is the flour, which is a cup of flour, 3/4 cup of sugar, it's going to be a teaspoon of cinnamon, a teaspoon of baking soda, half a teaspoon of baking powder, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And what you're going to do is you're going to grab your little whisk and you're just going to mix it all together. And what this is doing is this is combining all the ingredients. Now, the reason why I chose to make this recipe is because it's one of my great grandmothers, and she was a very big influence on my life. Woo! She actually died recently, but you know, she's in a better place. She was getting up there in age, and one of the things that we really shared was cooking. And anyway. So what you're going to do is you're going to take this oil and you're going to take some grated carrots and you're going to mix them together next. And that is 3/4 cup of oil and 1.5 cups of carrots. And what this does is it really moistens it up for the batter. So that way when you mix it all together, you get a nice, light, airy batter. Because no one really likes dense cupcakes. So my grandmother and me, we used to bake all the time. And that's really where my love of baking comes from. At one point I actually wanted to start my own cupcake bakery. I had a name, everything registered, and then I decided, you know what, maybe something else was my true calling. So what I did was I enrolled at EN150 in the math education program, and I'm going to school to be a math teacher. And, you know, I'm kind of happy with that decision, but overall, I still really love baking. In fact, the name that I had picked out for my cupcake bakery was Clayton's Cupcake Couture, so it was kind of like a play on words. And next you're going to add in, these are 2 beaten eggs that are pre-beaten. So you're going to add those in, and then you're going to keep stirring. And you're going to get the batter for the cupcakes. And like I said, the reason why we mix everything together and you do the dry ingredients first, then the wet ingredients, is so that you get a nice even texture all throughout the batter, because you don't want dense cupcakes, because who likes biting into a hard rock? Not me anyway. So what you do is after this, I'm going to show you that. Oh, look at how good that looks. I know, right? Who doesn't want some of that? What you're going to do is, normally I would find a tablespoon measurement, and you're going to scoop it in to these pre-prepared pan. And what you do is you scoop it until the lining in the pan is about 2/3 full, because cupcakes, they rise. And if you put too much batter in there, it's really going to go all over the place. So, if you notice my attire right now, I'm wearing an apron that I used to wear when I worked at Olive Garden, because what the apron is, it's going to protect my clothes from getting all nasty. And if you notice, I'm wearing a hat. Now, most people like to wear hairnets when they bake, but me, I like to wear baseball, football hats, because, well, it's relaxing, and I'm here to relax when I'm baking. But, like I said, the main purpose of the hat is to protect the food that you're preparing, because no one wants to have hair in their food. I mean, who wants to be biting on a cupcake and all of a sudden you notice hair floating around in your mouth? It's not very appealing to your palate, if you know what I mean. But we are basically all done scooping the batter in. And what you're going to do is you're going to place the cupcakes in the oven for about 13 minutes on 350 degrees. And you're going to know when those cupcakes are done because what you can do is you're going to stick a toothpick in it. If that toothpick comes out clean, they're good to go. I'm going to stop the video for right now while I put these things in the oven. Something I like to do when my cupcakes are in the oven is I like to make my own frosting. So I'm just going to really quickly tell you what ingredients go into the frosting. It's just powdered sugar, cream cheese, stick of butter, and 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Now, the powdered sugar, it all depends on how thick and how sweet you want it. So, but typically you want to put between 3 to 4 cups in there. And you just mix these ingredients together and then you get a nice light frosting. And the reason why I make even my frosting from scratch is because I like to know what goes into the cupcake. Because if you buy all these prepackaged containers, you're not really sure what you're getting. I mean, you can read the ingredients on the back, but who knows if they're really putting everything in there. I mean, FDA regulations say that you can put like so many insect parts in there, and that's just gross. Who wants insect parts in their food? So I'm gonna shut this off again while I make the frosting, and we'll see the finished product. So after the cupcakes come out of the oven, you give them time to cool. I'd say about 15 minutes, and you put your frosting into a piping bag, and then very carefully you circle around the cupcake, ensuring that even layers of frosting are applied to each part of the cupcake. And then your finished product is a delicious carrot cake cupcake.